There we go. We've got a brand new tractor. It's fully kitted out. Look at that. Hello and welcome along and welcome back to Haut-Beyleron. We are currently heading down to the shop because I want to try out something new that comes with precision farming today. There's a brand new spot sprayer, herbicide spot sprayer from John Deere that comes as part of the precision farming DLC that I want to give a try out. I want to see how this works. So what we're going to do is we actually have a contract on that we can use this with. So we're going to pop down here and grab that contract. It's a herbicide contract, so it's not something I don't have any weeds on my own fields. But it is available if we pop into here, and you can see field 14 is where it is. So we'll get a John Deere 6M tractor, the brand new sprayer and the front weight. So let's borrow the items for that contract, which you can see over here. So this is the John Deere R732i power spray. It is brand new in the DLC, as I said. So this is it here in the shop. Takes 3,360 litres of liquid, weighs 3.8 tons, can carry up to 3.4 tons, has a 28 meter width, working speed of 7 miles an hour, and yeah, takes herbicide or fertilizer. And yeah, if we have a look in here, the normal configurations of it, you got Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Mitas, Verdestein tires, and most of them I think come with narrow. Actually, no. In fact, everything but the Trelleborg comes with only standard tires. See and spray. That is the spot spraying. So that is the spot spraying set up on it. Is the see and spray. Adds a whole load of sensors to it as well. 39,000 on top of the 52,500 base price. Now, does our one that we have out here have that on it? No, it doesn't. So I was kind of hoping today we were going to see the spot spraying in action, but no, this does not come with the spot spraying setup, unfortunately. But we are going to need some herbicide for it. That's a bit disappointing. I would have quite liked to have seen that happen in the precision farming on the mission or on the contract to see that. So I'm going to buy one of these. It's 2,000 litres. This should be more than enough herbicide for this contract. And what we're going to do is we'll return it with whatever we've got left in it. It is a nice looking sprayer, this, though. I do really like the look of it. Let's take that down into rear speed. There we go. We do at least have GPS on this tractor, which is good news. That is going to make this contract a lot easier to do. And what I'm trying to work my way up to at the moment is we're not that far off, really, harvest time. So what I'd like to do is have a combine and have a silo ready come harvest time. Now, we do have a few silo options that I've downloaded and got set up. So around the 30,000 mark. We've actually got Alien Jim's wonderful self-assembling ones. We've got a few other options and bits and pieces. And I'll probably go over those a little bit later. The other thing we need, of course, is a combine. Now, I don't think we have in here... No, we have this. Now, this has been very, very tempting, this Zetor Crystal. It is 171 horsepower. We can afford at the moment because it's only 60,000. But why I was really interested was to put this in. This is the automatic sensors that you get that you can run on the tractor for nitrogen as you're running over the field. Really, really useful. Takes it up to 7,000 pounds though for this tractor, and kind of wipes out all the money that we want. Now, it would be an alternative to the current tractor we have. So there is that. Where is our field? We want to field 14 is where we're headed. Which is up by our farm. So we will head up there. In fact, that is so close to our farm. I'm going to set my truck to go back to the farm because there's no point in that staying there. So set destination. I wonder if it'll reverse. Right. And we will put that going there. Will that reverse? No. That is going to get blocked. So we'll turn that round first. Yeah. You stop that. Right. Worker C. I want you to head over to here. So set destination there, and away you go. Right. That'll get returned. In the meantime, we're going to follow and get working on field 14. Actually, we may have a quicker way to go than the truck goes. Go on. Off you go ahead of me, please. Do you realise we don't have a Haut-Beyleron number plate on that truck? I'm actually thinking really long and hard about that Z-Tour. It is... Okay, it's a little bit less power than we have now, but it does have... we can put GPS on it, and we can put the sensors on it, which would be absolutely perfect for how we're looking to expand the farm. If we sold our Vultra, that would work fairly well for us as well. We'd have an extra 60 grand to put towards it, so it'd pay about 2/3 of the price. With our putting that up for it, and we wouldn't lose that much money from that. We get at least 60,000 for the Vultra, which is I am so tempted. And as a refresh from this series, it's not a bad shout. I don't think would work out quite well for us. Let's turn on the GPS, set ourselves first waypoint. And yeah, this shouldn't take us too long. I think we're going to have a look. I think we're going to have to take our Vultra Valmet down to the shop and have a look and see how that goes. Set our second waypoint and GPS on. I like this little tractor and its setup. It's really quite cool. I'm sure you guys in the comments will tell me what you think about getting that Z-Tour, but I don't often, you know, get other tractor brands that I'm not very used to. And I think one of the nice things about the used equipment setup here on FS22 is it does force me to consider tractors and brands that I otherwise might not. And having that come up and actually being quite a useful tractor for what we're trying to do on here really does say to me, maybe you should get that. That would be a good all-rounder. It would do you really well. If I just kind of wish I wasn't necessarily selling the Vultra to do it. I'd like a second tractor. But I can't ignore the fact that that Z-Tour would be really useful with the modern equipment on it. I think that going ahead on here with precision farming and the setup that we've got, having modern things like the nitrogen sensors on it and having the GPS on it to make our positioning of everything more accurate is really going to pay off in droves. So yeah, I think we're going to switch out our Vultra. I think we'll sell the old Vultra. It's done us well on here. It's done us... Has it done us over a year? I don't think we are a year into this yet. There we go. So yeah, I think we're in a position where it's done us fairly well, but that extra modern technology and everything on it is just going to be really, really useful on that second tractor. So what we'll do is we'll complete this contract. We'll go and grab our Vultra. We'll head down to the shop. I want to recolor my front loader if I'm going to be putting it on a red Zetor rather than a blue Vultra. And we'll go and get a nice new modern tractor. Admittedly, 20 horsepower less than our current one, but I don't think anything we're using requires that extra 20 horsepower. And as I said, I think having GPS and the nitrogen sensor on it, especially using precision farming, it's just going to be so much more useful. So we'll bring our contract tractor into the yard here and just park that up so that we can complete the contract. There we go. So, yeah, that is... Do you know what? I really like this sprayer. This is a cracking sprayer. And under 100,000 with all the sensors and everything on it, actually quite reasonable. I really think that maybe ultimately we'll get one of these on here. Initially, though, even our Vultra or the Zetor, neither of them have the ability for care wheels. So, yeah, it's not going to be something we get right off. Right, let's get this contract completed then. So, our contract here, that is 2,329. We lose 410 for the leasing. We get a 1,700 reimbursement on the herbicide that we've left in it. So 3,656. Yep, I think that's perfect. Right, let's head over here then. And as I said, let's take this bad boy down to the shop. And I think we're going to switch it out. How many hours we got on this? We've only got 9 hours on this tractor. So we should get a decent price for it, I think. It'll be sad to see it go, but I think ultimately it's going to be a good choice for us. So here we go, down to the shop. And the way I want to do this is we'll just park this up here. I'm going to disconnect that because we're going to redo that. So my Vultra, as it stands at the moment, is worth 67,000. It could do with some repairs and a repaint. We're looking to make quite... So we need to make an extra 19,000 on top of this, repainting it, for this to be worth repainting. So 67,000 plus 20 is 87,000. So 86,000 is our target. Let's see. Yes, 88,000. So we make an extra 2 grand by repainting it, repairing it for 4,500. So that is 92,200. Sorry, no, an extra 4.5, so 92,500. Repair 92,900, so we make roughly an extra 400. So yeah, worth the extra 2.5 grand we get from repainting and repairing that. So we will sell that Vultra now. Yeah, bye. We got 149,000, which is great. Now I want to customize our quickie loader here. Do we have a Zetor red? We don't. Don't know what the closest red would be. Probably the Massey Ferguson red. So we'll go for that and customize for 50. Yeah, perfect. Right. So now I go into the shop and I find that that tractor is sold, don't I? No, it is still there, thankfully. Right. So we want that on it. And we want that on it. It's extra 30,000 takes it up to 90,000. Standard wheels, although I'm going to put the Michelins on. And we do need a front load attacher for the quickie as well. So 92,141 is fairly decent. I think we sold the other one for about 70,000 once you take the stuff in. So it's only cost us 20,000 to get this. Yes, we've lost about 20 horsepower, but that's not a big problem. So this is going to be a VF 002 HB, because we're going to put the 001 plate on the car. Type 1 and okay. There we go. And buy that. Yes, please. There we go. So 20,000. We've got a brand new tractor. And yeah, it's fully kitted out with GPS and land sensors, which is brilliant. And hopefully will work really well for us. Into gear. Look at that. Very nice red tractor. And I think the red of the Massey Ferguson is probably going to work pretty well with this. If we're lucky. Let's hook it on and see how well it works. Actually, that does work quite well. And we've got a little bit more clearance at the front with this loader. So the 7M works fairly well with it. Just wander in the shop if we have a quick look at this tractor. So this must be a medium tractor. That is, yep, the one we own. So what does it recommend with that? It doesn't give an option. Wonder if the loaders do. So the 6M combinations. Yeah, can't tell. I'd love to know if the 7M or the 6M is recommended. I'm guessing, looking at the size of it, it's probably the 6M that is the recommended size. But I do like the clearance at the front of this. So that works out fairly well. Let's just have a look. Seeing as it's only 10:56 in the morning. We don't have a lot to do down on our farm. What contracts are there? Is there something with a quite large amount of money? There's that sowing contract in field 36 for soybeans. There's that one for potatoes, which is not quite as good. And then we've got that one for fertilizing. Let's take a nice big Russell Mash tractor out, shall we? And have some fun with that today. 16,000 almost repays what extra we spent on the Z-Tour today as well. So yeah, I think we should do that. We're going to borrow the items for that then. And as we're... Whoa! Get that beast. As we are going to be doing that, we want to get some bags of seeds as well. Big bags. Let's grab... Do we own a... Actually, do we own a seed front loader bit? I'm not sure we do. We do own one. So we have got one back at our farm, unfortunately. Let's grab some big bags. I might run back to the farm quickly. Grab a couple of bits and yeah. We'll see if 2,000 litres is enough for the seeds for this. I was looking around the cab of this tractor and wondering if I've actually made a mistake by putting GPS on it, because there's no screens or anything in here that really you would normally get with GPS. However, looking on the outside of it, we do have what appears to be a satellite receiver on the roof. Now, I don't know if that's something to do with the nitrogen sensors on it, or whether that actually is a GPS system. But yeah, we seem to have something on here that could possibly be a GPS setup. So I'm not quite so worried. I'm sure you guys will tell me in the comments exactly what that is on the roof. But I think that's a GPS receiver, personally. Right, let's grab the Russell Mash here. And bring that forward. So we're doing field 36 today with this. Into high and into that. There we go. So we're going to hook this up and get this all running. I don't know if this will open the seeder or not. Right, and connect all the hoses up. Yeah. Open that up. There we go. We're only going to put seed in this. We're not going to put the fertilizer in because the contract does not call for that. It's up. do quite like this crystal. It's a nice looking tractor, this. And it's, and as I was saying earlier, nice to have something a little bit different on here. So where are you going to want to go in? Don't want to go in there. Do you want to go in here? No, so it must go in the back section over here. There we go. So load that into the back and make that as full as it'll go. I think it's a, yeah, this should take 2,000 litres, I think. I think it takes more fertilizer, these, than, oop, nope, there we go, than seed normally. And doing soybeans, soybeans is a fairly small seed anyway, so I think we'll be all right with that. There we go. So that loaded in there as well. And in goes the second bag. So we just back this off now, and we'll leave our Zetor here at the moment while we head out, because we might have to refill this conceivably. God, this is a big old tractor. Close that up, and we are headed over to field 36. So yeah, just the other side of the river. We'll go head down and go past field 40. Beacons on, no beacons, so we'll put the hazards on, and hopefully that'll be enough to get us down the road. So the field is just up here on the left. How straight is this edge? I think actually it's a base game field. The edge is going to be pretty straight. I want to turn the GPS on. I'm still looking forward to sort of getting a variable seed rate with fields and stuff. We are going to scan our own fields. I did have a look at how much it would cost just to get our fields scanned automatically. And it's actually, well, let's have a look at this quickly. It is not cheap. So we've got field 17 and 20. To get field 17 scanned, so purchase soil information, is 1,575. And to get field 20 scanned, which we own, is 5,755. I can buy a seeder pretty much for that, especially if one comes on sale, which unfortunately one isn't yet. So yeah, I think we should go with that. Right, our contract. Let's double check this with soybeans. We have got soybeans selected. Let's turn this on. We want to make sure we are traveling at 180 degrees before we set our first waypoint. Get that right. And that will then just make everything easier. A little bit more. A little bit more. Yep, there we go. Set first waypoint. And then when we've gone far enough, set our second waypoint, set our width, and off we go. I remember if I mentioned earlier in this video that I found a solution to, or I found out what was wrong with manual attach. If I had mentioned it, my apologies, because I just want to go over it again. But yeah, manual attach, as many of you pointed out in the comments last time, the key bindings for all the script mods got reset as part of the 1.4.1 patch. So yeah, I've now sorted that out. As you've seen, I've been manually attaching everything, and actually it gave me a chance to slightly improve my key bindings, especially on my side panel. So it's been quite useful from that point of view to have that reset. But yeah, for both, I had to do the same for GPS. GPS, of course, all the key bindings were reset for that too. So needed to reset those. But those are all working now. That's really good. Somebody said that they thought it was a bad idea to sell the rock picker because I'll still have to plow and pick rocks. As far as I know, you only have to plow after planting certain crops. And as not really planning myself to plant those crops at the moment. So You have to do it after you plant corn. You have to do it after you plant potatoes, and you have to do it after you plant sugar beet, at least. Definitely for those 3. So I'm not planning on planting any of those 3 crops at the moment. So I'm not planning on doing any ploughing anytime soon. Also, this map doesn't seem to throw up big stones when I was doing the ploughing. So we're not really looking at having to do anything other than roll the ground anyway. So, and I'm going to be doing very shallow working of the earth. So I'm looking to direct seed with a built-in power harrow on my seeder, and yeah, to lower or to increase my environmental score as a result, and hopefully then it will all work out for us, and yeah, it means that we'll end up doing the seeding and everything quite quickly. We'll need a roller. I am going to be getting a roller for the farm. So it's a roller, a seeder, a trailer are things that I want, along with a combine and a grain store. We definitely want to get a grain store, unless we get a production facility. That would be the other thing. If I can buy the grain mill, I might buy the grain mill, because we can then start doing what I was talking about before, which is I want to get to the point on this series where I can bake a cake, and that is going to require owning the grain mill, and it's going to require owning the bakery, as well as getting some cows on here, and owning the dairy. So quite a long way to go with that, but I think the potential for doing all of that is there. We're coming up to 90% of the way through the field, and I really love that backdrop of the railway going over the top of that viaduct there, and just, this is actually a really gorgeous map. I am a huge fan of both the new base game maps of Farming Simulator 22. I mean, Erlengrat in itself as well is a beautiful map, but Giants really did a fantastic job with the 2 new base game maps. Both Haut-Beyleron and Elm Creek are great maps, and really lovely ones to play, with a vast array of field sizes and just a really good view all around. It's absolutely cracking. I love playing these maps. Look at the monastery in the background. How cool is that? We're at 95%, and we've only got about 260 litres of seed left. So yeah, it's getting a little bit nail biting here. Oh, I hope I can spin around without hitting those trees as well. Yeah, we're all good. So yeah, I'm hoping we're going to have enough seed to finish this off. Let's get this on the field, because I want to waste as little seed as possible. We've got an interesting variable seed rate running on here, so it is detecting the ground. You can see the variable seed rate changing, so that does change depending on what soil we're on. I think we're on loam or an area of seed that we don't need so much. We do drop down to sort of orange at the bottom end of this field. In fact, there we go. So we're now using 35 seeds per meter squared. The base is 30, and it can go up as high as 40 if we got particularly bad land. But this isn't too bad here, so we're okay. We must be nearing the end now. We've only got 171 litres of seed left, though. Wow, we were massively over. Get that straightened up behind me, and hopefully it will back up straight. Nope. Right, we need to control that a bit better then. So we'll take the GPS off. Reverse it up, get myself up to the edge, and down. And it won't be too bad. Yep, there we go. Little bit of moving about. Otherwise, all good. In fact, there we go. That is enough to get this this field finished. So I want to get this tractor now back to the shop, and we'll complete this. Hopefully, we're going to make about 10,000 off this contract. That would be really good. Once we've got money back for seeds, and once we've taken into account the amount of money we have to pay to use this piece of kit. But yeah, that would be a good amount. I'll go halfway to paying the extra we paid for our new tractor today. It is quite a big tractor on this road. I'm having to stick really over to the right hand side. Just to make sure we don't hit any cars. But we are almost back at the shop. There we go. And that means I don't have to do lots of running around. Perfect. And we're coming up to 5 o'clock as well. So, yeah, that's pretty good timing. Those off. That off. Let's see how much we get for this contract now. So that is 16,000. We lose 1,700. 14,814. That's 4,000 more than I was expecting. But we did spend a load of money on seeds as well. So yeah, not bad. I think we've made a decent amount here. Yeah, about 3,600 on. No, not even that much. About 1,600 on seeds. So, yeah, actually, we've made about 12,000. That's more than I was expecting. So, that's actually really good. Very, very happy. Oh, lots more spraying contracts have appeared. Another one for 6 grand with that little sprayer. Wonder if that comes. I doubt that comes with the spot sprayer stuff. And it's 5 o'clock. Yeah, I'm going to get my little Zetor crystal, my brand spanking new Zetor crystal, back to the farm. That means that for now, I'm going to leave this here. So all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. And for all the latest videos from Virtual Farmer, please subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.